Welcome to my legislative report. This is State Representative Barry Jozwiak, and I'm at the 100th anniversary of the Pennsylvania Farm Show, and we're in the barn area. And I'm walking around finding people from Berks County who are all over the place. And here I'm with Melanie Yonker and her son Alex. Hi, Melanie. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine. So you're here with the dairy industry. You have a farm in Toppahawken Township. And tell us a little bit about your farm.
We milk a herd of 70 cows, mostly Holsteins and red Holsteins. We also have a couple Jersey cows. And we have 4 children who help us out all the time. And
right here's Alec. He has one of these cows. This is yours right behind us, right?
Yeah, reindeer.
Oh, that's reindeer. Well, pretty cow. Hey, well, listen, it's good seeing you. And I know you're in the dairy industry. It's a very, very important part of Pennsylvania's agriculture. And I want to thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, well, thank you.
Here I am walking around. I run into Lolly Lesher and her daughter Olivia. And how's things going today, Lolly?
We're having a great time at the 100th Farm Show.
That's great. And you're the Wayhar Farms, which is located where? Tell the people.
Well, we're in Burnville. We're on Route 183 north of Burnville and south of Strausstown with our ice cream and milk market.
And I got to tell you, it's a great place for ice cream. I buy stuff in there all the time, and it's delicious. And Olivia, I understand that you actually have a cow here today.
I do. Her name is Trixie, and she's a Jersey cow.
That's good. And I understand you said that she just freshened, and I know a lot of people won't know what that means. So can you explain that a little bit?
She just had her first calf, so when she freshened, she just had her very first calf for the very first time.
And when did that happen?
About 2-3 weeks ago.
Well, that's great. So now you have a mom and a little one, right?
The little one is at home. It was a boy. He's very tiny.
That's great. So how long have you been doing this? Now you're involved in the dairy industry now, and you're like up to your neck in taking care of animals. That's a lot of work, isn't it? And explain that a little bit.
I've been showing with my animals ever since I was 8, but I've been working on the farm ever since I was a little girl because I always like to get outside and help around the farm and help my parents and my dad. That's
great. And how old are you, and where do you go to school, and what grade are you in?
I'm 13 years old, and I go to Hamburg Area Middle School near Hamburg, and I'm in 8th grade.
That's great. Just a very pretty young lady. The dairy industry in Pennsylvania is very important. And what is the importance as you see it?
Well, the dairy industry, we employ about 60,000 people here in Pennsylvania, which is a large employer. We provide fresh local food, and that we also have a way to use the land efficiently and provide water and all sorts of things like that for the community.
So you're directly involved with your store from the farm to the grocery store to the house.
That's correct. We do it all. We raise the feed for the animals, we care for the animals, then we bottle the milk and sell it in our own retail operation right there in Burnville.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Do you ever get time to go on vacation? I know you got to milk these cows every twice a day at least, I'm sure.
That's correct. We work every day of the year, even Christmas and New Year. There are no days off. But luckily we have some help and staff at the farm and store. So we do sneak away once in a while for a little bit.
Well, everybody needs to refresh themselves. So Olivia, do you actually milk the cows, or do you have a mechanical milking machines, or what do you do?
We have an automatic takeoff milker, so we put it automatically comes off the cow when she's done milking. I don't particularly milk the cows. I take care of the little ones when they're born. So I take care of all the calves and I feed them.
So this young calf that was just born 2 weeks ago, are you bottle feeding this one now, or what are we doing there?
She's bottle fed twice a day, morning and night.
Well, that's good. Well, you know what? It was really good seeing you here. And do you have any further comments?
I hope everybody comes to the farm show or stop by Wayhar for some chocolate milk or ice cream.
Olivia, do you have anything else you want to add?
I think everyone should have a great time at the farm show. It's a very nice place to come here.
Actually, I had some milk the other day and it had the Wayhar label on it. It was a little chocolate milk thing. It was delicious. So thanks a lot. It's a great day at the farm show, and we're going to talk to some more people. Thank you very much. I'm here with Evan, Aaron, and Alex. Aaron is the son of one of the people at the farm, and his two cousins are here with him. So how's it going today?
Pretty good.
Are you having a good time?
Yes.
So you have cows here today?
Yeah, we have 8. We have 8 cows here today.
And what kind of cows are they?
We have 1 Jersey, which is the brown cows, and 2 red and whites, which are the red and white ones, and a couple of Holsteins.
So Alex, do you have some cows here today?
Yeah, that whole row right there. That red one right there is mine, and that brown one right there is Stephanie's, and the red one over there is my brother's. And I'm gonna be showing her to Friday, and she's another red and white.
Oh, that sounds like you got a lot of work here to take care of. So who's helping you?
My little sister and my bigger sister and my mom.
That's great. So how long have you been involved in this this farming industry and having cows of your own?
This is my first year.
It's your first, and how old are you?
9.
9 years old. How about you?
I've been doing this for a couple of years now. This is probably my 4th time here, and yeah, and it's always fun here.
So you're having a good time. Where do you go to school?
Tilden, no, the Hamburg Middle School.
Tilden Elementary. I go to Bethel School.
The Bethel School. Okay, that's fine. So now you're taking care of these cows, you're cleaning them, and you're getting ready to show them. Are you going to show any of your animals?
Yeah, I have 2 animals here, and yeah, they're both Holsteins.
I have 1 cow here, and it's red and white. 2 cows, and they're both red and whites, and I love how you can clip them. I clip them. Sometimes I clip their feet, and Mom does the body of them. So it's really fun to do around. If like you don't have anything to do, you just clip your animal.
You guys know a lot about cows, I'll tell you. I think you know more than I do. But listen, I understand your mother's over here with your older brother, and they're working on a cow. So let's go over there and see what they're doing. Well, here we are. Here's Melissa and Anthony Hicks. They're getting a cow ready. They're working on it. Anthony, how are you doing? I remember seeing you at the Reading Fair. You had a cow there, and I was helping you. You were helping me show the cow. So how you been?
I'm doing good. How are you?
So what's going on here with this cow? What are you doing?
Well, we're getting her ready for the show. We're putting a top line on her, and I'm taking off a little bit on the ears so she looks a little sharper.
Okay, and when is the show? This afternoon?
No, it's going to be on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay, so you got a lot of work here. How many cows do you have here today?
We have a total of 8. I have 2.
So you're showing 2 yourself, you know. And where do you go to school?
I go to Hamburg High School.
Hamburg High School, and you're in what grade, and how old are you?
I'm in 9th grade, and I'm 14.
That's really great. So you've been doing this pretty much all your life, I would think.
Yeah, about since I was 8.
Okay, you like this? You like this work? It's a lot of work. I know it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Tell us a little bit about how much work is it to take care of a cow? I mean, you got 2 of your own.
Well, we usually start the day when we wash them, and we bring them back, and we'll feed them. And then we just watch them throughout the day and clean up whatever they want to do. And then that's basically what we do. Feed them 2 times a day and give them water whenever they need it.
So I noticed you're giving them a haircut. You're cutting a lot of hair off. Is that okay in the wintertime to do that?
Well, yeah, these cows, they'll stay indoors, so they really don't get that cold.
Okay, and I see your mom's on the other side. Let's go talk to your mother, see how she's doing. Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
How are you doing? What's going on here with this cow? What are you doing?
Well, we're getting this cow ready for the VIP showmanship contest later today. We're trying to make her look as perfect in conformation as we can, so she can place higher in the class.
And what kind of a cow is this?
This is a Holstein calf. She was 1 year old in September.
So I was at a little the other part of the barn here, and there was a cow there that had just freshened, and so now that cow went from a calf to a cow. Is that correct?
Correct, from a heifer to a cow, correct.
And this one's a heifer.
Correct.
So the cow now, how old is this animal?
She was 1 year old in September.
Okay, so why do you have the ridge on the top of them like that, or is that just the style?
We're working on that. That's our last thing to do. We're going to trim it down to make it look like she's perfectly straight across the top.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, and Anthony, he's over there working hard, taking all the hair off. And is this his cow?
This is his cow. I'm just assisting.
Yeah, he's pretty proud. He's pretty proud of his animals. I know, and we had a great time at the Reading Fair.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was a fun. I look forward to next summer. We can do this some more.
Excellent.
So Sweet Spring Farm,
Sweet Swing Farm.
and Sweet Swings Farm. Yeah, that's you gotta say that a couple times, And how many cattle do you actually have?
We have about 120 animals on the property. We milk 60 of them.
A lot of work. Yeah, it really is. And people don't realize how much work it is to be on a dairy farm. And you raise your own grain and everything, or?
We raise our own forages. We do buy a protein supplement.
That's good. All right. Well, you got your whole family here, and you're here for the week, and it's great to see you.
Yes,
and,
me too.
And I think we're gonna ask you. Do you have any other comments you want to say?
No, we're just happy to be here. We're always happy to interact with you. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And I hope people come and see these animals and these kids. They're proud of what they're doing. They're future farmers, and the parents are really making sure that these young boys and girls learn this business and continue on the dairy industry in Pennsylvania. We're looking at the homegrown heroes and the PA prefers, and I run into Dennis Essick, who owns Little Wolf Creek Farm just outside of Burnville. Dennis, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine, and I'm enjoying the show a whole lot today.
That's great. Want to tell us why you're a homegrown hero? Tell us about that.
Okay, what happened with me was I've been farming. I was born on the farm, raised on the farm, still am on the farm. I've been farming, and I've been growing produce and growing my own eggs. And with that, we've been marketing them, and we got into PA Preferred. And with the PA Preferred label, we've been using the stickers and the banners from them, and it has enhanced our sales quite a bit of our stuff. It made people aware, and it helped the market. And I'm really looking now to be able to get into this Hometown Heroes because I served in Vietnam. I was wounded in Vietnam. And with that, it gives me a chance to give to the public that I served and that I'm still serving the public with growing my produce. The enticement is the fact that this is a veteran that's growing the produce, and I think it's going to help in our sales.
So just so everybody knows, Dennis served in Vietnam. He was in the United States Army. He is the winner of 2 Purple Hearts and other awards. He's a veteran. He grows produce and he sells it. And Homegrown Heroes is all about veterans growing produce and selling local produce to local people in Berks County. And you're also a member of PA Preferred, which means that people should buy local produce produced here in Pennsylvania.
That's right. They should buy local produce, and that's what the PA Preferred is about. Means that it was grown in Pennsylvania, and that was what was enticed about, and it's been very successful, very helpful to us trying to grow produce. And like I said, now they're breaking in with this Hometown Heroes. And what a great system it is. We have a tremendous thing this morning in the Susquehanna room where we had a discussion panel. And also this is very crowded here today at the culinary at the PA Preferred. So,
Dennis, thank you for your service. Thanks a lot. And we're walking around, and I run into Ashley Moan, the former Dairy Princess, last year's Dairy Princess. And Ashley, how are you doing? What's been happening the last year? You're in college, and I know you're here doing some things. So how you been?
I've been great, thank you. Yes, I'm a senior at Del Valle University in Doylestown, and I'm volunteering here at the farm show this entire week.
Are you still involved with the dairy industry and your grandfather's farm?
I am. They don't have milking cows anymore, but my heifers are on their farm. So I still have cows and heifers with the FFA. So I still have a herd about 21 black and white and red and white Holsteins.
Wow, that's a lot of work. It's hard to get away when you have that many cattle there back at home. Well, it's really good seeing you, and I know you're volunteering here today. So what's up with the farm show this year?
Well, it's the 100th anniversary, so everyone is coming. It's very full all week. I'm volunteering in the 4-H stand, so we're selling food to support the state 4-H program. I'm also volunteering in the Mid-Atlantic booth, so we're educating the public on their dairy industry. There's different cows there and the robotic milking, so they're asking questions and we're answering them for them.
You know, the district that I represent in Berks County is the 5th district. It's loaded with dairy farms, and I know you know most of the people in that industry, and they're hardworking people, and they really do a good service to the people of Pennsylvania. And agriculture is it's the number one industry in Pennsylvania, and I'm glad to see you're involved in it. So I wish you good luck. And do you have any further comments you'd like to make?
No, thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
Okay, well, thanks for your help, and we're going to go talk to some more people.
Dairy is our largest economic enterprise in Pennsylvania, so a lot of interest around the dairy industry. What does it look like? You know, it's really unusual. It's a piece of art made out of butter. So you get a chance to really talk about that story.
Both Jim and I work very closely with the Mid-Atlantic Dairy Association. They come up with a theme and ideas that they have for the sculpture. Of course, this year was the 100th anniversary, so they had a lot to do with what's included in the sculpture this year.
We have to make armatures for the things. After we do the drawings and all the drawings are approved, we go into our studio in Conshohocken and we make armatures. And armatures are steel structures or foam structures. Sometimes they're plywood structures that go underneath the butter to support the sculpture. Otherwise, the sculpture could not support itself. We turn the temperature down to in the beginning it's only maybe 60 degrees. By the end of when we're working, it's down to 50 degrees. We have 1,200 pounds of butter to work with, okay? And the butter comes in the form of 55-pound boxes.
It's going to be going to a good purpose afterwards. It's going to be recycled and be made into energy.
It's a great honor to be coming back again. This is number 14. So I was here in 1995, and then I didn't come back until 2003 after that. And then from 2003 until today, it's been every year.
This year, with the 100th, you really have a chance to put both the ideas of dairy together with sort of the theme of our Commonwealth's Blue Ribbon experience, and it's a perfect fit.
Today, this is the 100th year of the farm show, and there's things different this year. What's different?
Well, we really put an effort to do two things. One is we were challenged by, how do you represent 100 years of farm show in a show, right? We felt it really was a milestone and important to sort of capture that. So you'll see history walls around the complex that capture both the history of agriculture, the history of the show, and the complex itself. And secondly, here where we are today, this is sort of a farm-to-shelf display. Concept is we wanted to show the public how does food go from production to consumption, to the farm, to the grocery store shelf. That's a bit, you and I understand that, but for most of the public, they don't see that. So they see it here at the farm show.
That's a great point, because I currently have a little fruit orchard at home, and people like to buy local. And from the farm to the shelf is so very important, because we have to make sure the food that we put out there is quality. It's locally grown, it helps the local economy, and I'd like you to talk a little bit about the farm to shelf and also maybe the PA preferred products.
Yeah, thank you. So we've really taken the farm to shelf and picked 4 commodities. I mean, you know the diversity of Pennsylvania agriculture. You can put a lot of different things in this display. We've done this sort of pod area, as we call it, with apples, potatoes, dairy, and pork. 4 staples of my diet, but also staples to Pennsylvania agriculture, and said, let's show the potato planter, the process, the packaging, the shelf. So you'll see that here. We're going to keep growing this area. We think we wanted to try it this year a little bit just to see how it would work. That's really been well received. So
we're here 100 years later. So we go all the way back to when this event first started taking place in Pennsylvania. So what's the history? I'm sure there's booths set up here now to show the people that. And can you talk about that a little bit, please?
Yeah, so there's a fascinating history. So the first show began 1916-17. Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Patton at the time, began to have these conversations in Berks County, Lancaster County, sort of south central Pennsylvania about, well, how do we really promote agriculture? And at that time, nearly 50% of our population was involved in agriculture. So very different time than today, about 2%. So the show began, and what most folks have missed, while we have a farm show complex that carries the name of the show, the first farm shows were downtown Harrisburg, scattered around 10 buildings. So when you came in by train, you came in by car in 1916, 17, you were given a map to find your way around Harrisburg, to look at the different displays. Today, of course, 100 years on, we've got a complex, 23 acres under roof, an amazing show. But it's maintained that marketplace feel that started in the first show, and 100 years later, it's a different marketplace, but it still has the same sort of tenet.
As I walk around here, I see a lot of young people here. Even youngsters as young as 9 years old, they're farm families, they're here with their cows, and they're just playing. These kids are excited, they're enthused, they're our future farmers. And I'm just wondering, what about the kids that aren't farm kids? What are we doing to educate those children in the schools about farming and agriculture?
Yeah, so you've just touched on the real reason for the farm show. Right, we love the farm youth who are here and very competitive. They're in the county fairs and the show rings here at the complex and the family living area. But the reality is you have a lot of jobs in agriculture that don't require sort of a production agriculture background, right? But how does somebody really understand that? How do you even know that that's a possibility, a career possibility? So we put a lot of effort on the workforce development, looking at ag education, looking at the farm to school sort of initiatives we've undertaken. The goal is to raise the awareness by anybody in the elementary years, middle school, about agriculture being a meaningful career opportunity for them. It could be in conservation, it could be in food processing, it could be as a farmer. We want them, we need them. But we want to show that whole spectrum.
See, I look at myself. I grew up in, I grew up in West Reading, a suburb of Reading, and now I live out in the country. I have a small farm and an orchard, and if I wasn't exposed to it, I would have probably never done this. And I just like digging in the dirt, right, to say it in common words.
No, it's a good feeling, right? It's very therapeutic. Right, sure. But you also get the gratification of producing something. You understand the seasons of agriculture well. Part of what we have to do, I think, in both the farm show and really throughout the rest of the year, is keep talking about agriculture both as what it is, as food and food provider. But we also have to remind the public that in addition to the food, you get jobs, you get the water recharge, you get a real quality of life bonus, right, by having agriculture here in Pennsylvania. That's part of the story.
It's really healthy, too. It's healthy.
It's very healthy.
In Berks County, one of the big things, they keep talking about the dairy industry, which is big in our area. And of course, here in this agricultural show and the farm show here, one of the big things is the milkshakes. And this year, there's a new milkshake, and I already had one. They're really good. That was like the big secret here.
It was a big secret. It's funny. The Dairymen's Association are part of the farm show committees as we organize, and they began to talk about what they could do differently for the 100th show. And they said, we're really playing with this idea of having a new milkshake. We haven't done it in 60 years. They have vanilla and chocolate and maybe some variant of that. So they took on the task, and they reached out in the fall and said, do you want to know the flavor? And I said, no, I don't. I want to be able to say when someone asked, you know the new flavor? I don't know. So we were standing here last week with the announcement, amazed at the interest in a new shake here at the farm show. But give it a try. It's strawberry and cream.
Strawberry and cream. I drank one. They have excellent flavor.
Good.
So we talk about the Homegrown by Heroes program, which I'm going to be involved later today. You will as well. Veterans coming back, working their farms. Can you expand a little bit on that, please?
Yeah, this is one of those great changes. I think it's driven by a couple things. One, just this rediscovery of agriculture in society. It's also recognized as a great opportunity for folks who we were talking earlier about maybe weren't exposed to agriculture previously, but these veterans are returning. They see a real need. We have a real need. Those two things are coming together. The Homegrown by Heroes is a national campaign. Pennsylvania is the third state to join that. The difference for us is we have put the Homegrown by Heroes label with the Pennsylvania Preferred label. So when you look at our Pennsylvania label, you see both of those. And we thought that was important because it honors sort of the PA Preferred in Pennsylvania, ties it back, but also gives recognition to these products being produced and sold by veterans. Great opportunity. Today is Veterans Day here at the Farm Show. First time that we have ever done that at the Farm Show. 2% of our population is involved in production agriculture. It happens to be the same percentage of folks who serve in the armed forces. So 2% feed us and 2% protect us.
Well, you know, I'm a veteran myself, and that's a credit to you to do that, and your whole organization, because veterans need to be recognized and they need to be acknowledged for what they do. You know, one thing I was thinking about too was avian flu. It hasn't gotten here yet. I know you've been doing a lot to prevent that, and can you tell us a little bit about where are we with that right now?
Yeah, so just a note, I want to thank you first for hosting the producer meeting we had back in the summer, and to talk about it, really raise the awareness of what high-path AI is and the concerns. We have been nationally credited by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for the good work that we've done in the outreach, because the biosecurity is really critical, and that's what has really protected us. We don't have it here in Pennsylvania yet, and every day without it's a good day. We don't want it. You and I have looked at those numbers and the devastation that's come in the mid part of the United States where they have had it. We don't have it. But we are entering this period of high risk. 90% of the positives for high-path AI in the other states that have had it, 22 states to date, 90% of the positives came January to March of last year. So we're very concerned about what will happen here. Third largest poultry producing state, Berks County is right in the epicenter of that as well, both from a processing and production. So we're doing okay, but again, important every day to practice good biosecurity, keep the awareness level up. Let's try to get through this spring period.
Well, Mr. Secretary, I just want to say thank you very much for taking a few minutes to talk to the people of Berks County with me, and to let them know that the Department of Agriculture is looking forward to working with the farmers in Berks County and continuing to expand and produce good products here in Pennsylvania. Yeah. And it's a credit to you and your entire staff.
Pleasure is mine to serve in agriculture, but want to say thanks to you for your leadership, both through the work of the legislature, but also just throughout the year in support of agriculture. Welcome to the Farm Show.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.